good afternoon. It is Thursday, July 11th. Just want to do a recap of the market and show you some changes that you received for the Market Analyzer. First, you'll notice on the Market Analyzer when you load it that you've got two columns that say one it says RPT1 and RPT2. That's Range Profit Target 1 and Range Profit Target 2. And what we do is we have our custom time frame that we trade with. So you received your custom trading hours template. And so when we generalize 14 periods of that range, we can get a guesstimate of what to expect for distance to trade to during the range. So, and I've got the distances separated in two tranches, first profit target and second profit target. So we're taking a chunk out of the overall expected range. Not always will you get the same amount of range. Sometimes you'll have an inside day. A lot of times, you know, the range is not 100% consistent day after day. So you try to grab a chunk out of that range, and that's why I have guesstimated some smaller numbers, some easily obtainable goals for the profit target. So taking the empirical rule into play and going for that first deviation and second deviation of the data distribution for our time period. That is averaged over a 14 period, which is pretty standard, industry standard. And it's been pretty much spot on, this system, trading it. So we can take a measurement easily from the high of the session at that time period or a nearby support resistance level if it's very close. So like today, that high was just sitting right underneath the Globex high. So you could use that Globex high as your benchmark to trade, you know, down to and get the levels. So the first level is like 53. There we go. 52, 53. There we go. Close is close enough. So you can see it reached the profit target, but it was after the time frame. So that happens a lot, is it'll wait till after the time frame in the afternoon session to reach the second profit target. So the second profit target, most often you can, you know, expect that to get hit in the second time period. But if the first time period, you want that first profit target. And so today it closed the gap and it was right there. I mean, the level was right there. So we knew what to expect out of the market and were able to hold a trade till it got to our target. And so that was mission accomplished in the room today, using the quantitative measures from valuing the market over a 14-day period. And so you can do that with all of the markets. And the exercise is also beneficial because you can easily see which markets have more room to run. Take, well, the equities first are in points, and the crude is in a tick measurement, so you wouldn't have to calculate points, but I mean ticks from points. But so this is 38 points, and so is price on when you do your rulers, for instance, that's in points. So you're looking to match that range, and that would be your target to trade to during your trading hour session. So that's working out pretty good for us, like I said. And another way to trade this during the day, so we had the first swing where we got the profit target. We reached the profit target. The highlighter going, so that was achieved right there. You can see there was a reversal back to the top of the 1 hour initial balance, the open, and then it went for the second target. So kind of a cool trading pattern today in the Qs. YM was the big leader to the upside, and its range also is large like the NASDAQ is. So you get more bang for your buck trading the NASDAQ and the YM versus the E-mini, which only trades maybe 20 points during our session, or not even that. You know, you only can expect to get 9.5 or 13 points out of the day. So big difference if you can understand these ranges, and then of course enter at specific locations, which I like very much on the support resistance targets I give myself, which is, you know, prior day high low open close, as well as 1 hour initial balance, 1 minute opening range, and a half back of that 1 hour initial balance. Sometimes the another line will sit on top of that half back and you can't see it, but it's sitting right there. And those are very, very, you know, informative. If you're long, you definitely want to be above that half back, and ideally taking, you know, exits or entries off the, you know, support resistance as you would any other support resistance. And I love this linear regression because it's very helpful. Many different ways come to the trade room. We can talk to you all about that, but just having understanding now where we're trading to profit-wise and how much risk to use to get us there on the market analyzer. So we're in YM, so we wanted to use a 44 tick risk on the 15-minute bar. Make sure you had at least 44 ticks. That's 1 ATR, or 23. Usually you would want to multiply that by 1.5. and that would keep you out of harm's way according to the calculations. And so it's all right there in front of you on the market analyzer. You always know where you are, and hopefully you'll get the direction to tell you which way to go. When you see the zeros, it means that there's no price action. Like right now the markets are closed, so that's why you're seeing the zeros, and very, very light. Just some it's 3:14 actually, got 1 minute left, but very light trading. Otherwise it'll be all red or green a lot of the times. We're pretty filled in, making it pretty evident, you know, what our bias is for the day. And using the opening range indicator with the JATS LRT lines and other benchmarks, including, you know, profit target, and then matching that if you can around a pivot point or a linear regression level or another support or resistance levels. You know, the confluences really seem to help. But like today, I traded to the gap fill and it worked out beautifully. So that's all you need to do is come up with a consistent game plan, know how much risk you're going to be using, and have an idea about what can be obtainable during the session if you can get the direction right. So check out our tools using NinjaTrader and Bloodhound. Come to our website and check out the webinar coming up July 18th. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great day.